After E3, the excitement for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord has built up relentlessly, with YouTube channels, websites, and every single person from every single walk of the internet has gone covering the game from head to toe. And another new dev blog has been released, so I think it is time for another quick-fire update. So this is talking about a bit of a summary of E3 and also why they showed what they did show. They're saying that for the Sergeant gameplay they wanted to show that you could control a single formation while receiving orders from your commander, and it's kind of acting as a sub-commander in there. So this means that you're not going to be controlling a whole army at once. You're going to be able to get in there, be a sub-commander, control your little section, while of course the senior ranking leader takes the overall command. This means that if you go into battle with other people, if it's not just yourself, if you have allies in the battle, whoever has the senior command, let it be a king or a count, if you're pretty low down there, I guess that will be ranked towards like your renown or experience and things like that. If you're low down there, you're going to be more of a sub-commander than actually your senior ranking officer. So this means that not only can you be expecting to command the massive army, but earlier on in the game you can be commanding your smaller segments of your army. You can get used to the gameplay and your troops as well. This allows players to be part of larger battles in their earlier stages of the game, because a lot of the time in Mount & Blade Warband, if you don't have a massive army, you're not going to be part of those massive battles. You're going to be fighting bandits and things mostly, and that's the only way you can really upgrade your troops. But in this, you can get into those massive battles with your king and with the people you want to follow, you choose to follow. Then you can get experience that way, and I think that's a really cool way of doing it. Maybe, I think there'll probably still be bandits in there as well that you can take out. I'm pretty definite they'll be in there. But this gives another option, another way for players to upgrade their men and get more experience in the larger battles that we all know and love of Mount & Blade. So it does give you a taste of commanding, but not too overwhelming, because if you're thrust straight into the battle with like 6 or 7 or 8 kind of troops of infantry and then more cavalry on the side and archers behind, and you're just new to the game, it's a bit overwhelming. You're like, what do I do here? Where do I put everyone? But if they get you into these smaller scale commanding roles where you're just commanding 1 or 2 units at a time to start with, then you can get more used to it. You know what is best for the archers, you know what is best for the infantry, the best formations to use, and you have of course the AI Lord that is a higher rank than you, controlling the rest of the army, giving you orders every now and then you're going to get more used to it. And then you're going to be able to get into these massive battles where you command the whole army. You're commanding little AI lords around there as well, because you have more experience, so it's a lot easier for you as well. You can learn how your units work in smaller batches instead of thrusting into the thick of it. There is also the ability of, if you are commanding these massive armies, if you are the senior ranking officer, you can actually designate control to the AI at any time. So let's say if you're in the battle and you put your archers over here, your cavalry out in front, and you send your infantry around the side or something like that. But you want to control your horse archers, for example. You don't want to be controlling your whole army at all times, because it'll get a bit distracting and you can't do the sort of micromanaging with each individual unit. Then you can say to the AI Lord, hey, you have this part of the army. Hey, you control most of the army, and then I'll do this certain unit. Even if you are the high ranking officer, you can give that control to the AI Lords, and they will command the army for you. This means that you can have the smaller control of your smaller unit, so you can do the micromanaging. So it is a good balance between macro and micromanaging, and the player can customize their battles to how they want to play it. Now, we have had a bit of news about the confirmation of a release date. Unfortunately, they didn't do it at E3. A lot of people were angry, and they are addressing this. They have brought in a new community manager to work alongside Frank Elliott, and this means that we'll be able to contact them a lot easier, and hopefully we'll be able to have more communication between us and Tailworld. But they're also talking about why they didn't give a release date, and they're saying that they want to make sure they have a complete game first. They don't want to have a release date in mind and then they have to rush it out, which is understandable, but of course people are getting kind of annoyed at this point that it's been so long. They're saying that putting a release date right now will distract their attention from the quality, which, yes, that does make complete sense. If they put this release date out, they'll be keeping that in their mind instead of getting this game to standard that everyone wants it. But that's pretty much it for this Bannerlord quickfire update. I know there wasn't some insane news here, but that's why it's a quickfire update, just bringing the little snippets of news to you in short, digestible videos. But if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the Bannerlord news. Apologies that I didn't get this one up as soon as it came out. I was out all night last night gigging. It was a massive gig with my band and it was insanely fun, but it meant that I couldn't get anything up as soon as it was released. But nevertheless, we are here now. But until then, I will see you in the next one.